Jash, and welcome back to yet another episode of Jash Reads, the series where I read a book cover to cover, and each part of any dramatic reading is at least one chapter. At most one chapter, yeah. What's the difference between least and most? Whatever. Yeah, whatever. And today we are continuing to, of course, read Animorphs number 13, The Change by K.A. Applegate. And we will be reading, I believe, chapter 6. Hang on, I need to... Oh, here's the chat. And let me get something set up for the end of the video. It's just basically the links I'll be reading off. Is that important? Here we go. I mean, it's important, but I have a folder. I have a couple of special folders, so. Okay, yep. Okay, stream manager, and the chat is already. Now, besides reading the book, I also discussed the book. And, hang on, nearly done setting up over here. I also build. And I was thinking since we have the aviary completed, we did that last time. A large outdoor aviary here. Sort of Tobias theme since he's a bird, and aviaries are for birds. Let's see. Thinking of doing something on the roof here. Like, this could be a nice meeting spot. I mean, it's sort of like a fire because light. The 6 Animorphs will be the main ones, and the other people can also... Oh, shoot. Tobias. Tobias is here. Forgot about him for a moment. I'm sorry. But yeah, like the Animorphs, the main Animorphs will have their own seats, and then there'll also be other seats. Maybe a nice table over there. They can all morph and fly up here. So I just need to do a little math, which I am terrible at. And let's okay, I sort of remember the controls. Let's see. Be good Animorphs color. Something regal. How about this? That's regal enough. Okay, let's need these down right. I might expand their quote-unquote thrones, but I just need to get how many each Animorphs will have, and I'm sure people that can actually do math will be like, oh, you just need this many on these sides. But let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now they have these up, those to help remind... Actually, let's get them a little more distant from each other, and we will definitely be working on that. A moment. Oh, like, how far away should their thrones be? Should their thrones really be facing towards when they're really going to be... No, but then it's like a round table. God, I'm making this way more confusing. Let's see, I mean, if they're talking with each other, they need to sort of... it just matters that they can see each other and more important people will be near the front and the less will be in the back. Yeah. Okay. I think this is a nice, good little setup here. So I think today, at least, besides the dramatic reading and me, discussing the chapter, we are going to start with these Animorphs thrones. Okay. Let's see, what little view do I want? Or do I want the mountains in the background? Choices. Okay, yeah, that's good. I think that is very good. So yeah, sit back, relax, and we're going to traumatize y'all. Okay. Okay. Okay, the Kindle on. Okay, the brightness is good. Okay, again, I am continuing to read Animorphs number 13, The Change by Kay Applegate, and I am going to be reading chapter 6 today. Yay! First of all, stop tearing up the foliage, geniuses. They're following the trail you make. And second of all, jump left! Now, jump! The two Hork-Bajir leaped to their left just as a pair of motorcycles roared past, missing them by a few feet. Boom, boom! One of the controllers cut loose with both barrels of his shotgun. I could see the pellets tear a tree trunk to wet sawdust. Okay, keep going that direction, I told the Hork-Bajir. Thought-speak is kind of like email. You can address it to everyone, or you can address it to a certain person. It sounds complicated, but you get used to it. Do you have a plan? Rachel asked me so that the Hork-Bajir couldn't overhear. I hadn't really thought that far ahead, I admitted. Do you know a safe place for them to hide? I searched my memory. I had to think like a human, not a bird. The Hork-Bajir couldn't exactly hide in trees. Yeah, there's a cave I know about. If we can keep them alive till then. Hork-Bajir were running flat out. Now I saw a pair of big 4x4 pickup trucks coming from the other direction. The trucks raced along a dirt road, coming up to cut off the two fugitive Hork-Bajir. The Yeerks were pulling out all the stops. Man, this is like a really bad chess game where the other player has all the pieces, I muttered. You know these woods, Tobias, Rachel said. That's our edge. Yeah, we hope. I turned my head left and right. Yes, I did know these woods. I knew where we were. I knew every tree and every ravine and every tiny stream. Okay, you guys, cut your right now. There's a ditch, but there are a couple of controllers in your way, so you need to pass the big rock pile there, keeping it on your left. The Hork-Bajir hesitated, missed a couple of steps, and looked around in confusion. Did you guys hear me? They heard you, Rachel said tersely. I think the instructions were too complicated. Oh, great. Okay. In that case, let's play Follow the Leader. I took a deep breath and glanced around to make sure I knew exactly where I was. Then I spilled a little air from my wings, tried to keep all the speed I could, and dropped down into the trees. Okay, time to play Follow the Big Birdie. I zoomed just over their heads. Yeah, me. Big brown bird with a pretty red tail. Follow me and stay close. Tobias! Rachel yelled. One of the trucks is moving in ahead of you. I zoomed left, and the twin monsters came racing right after me. Have you ever flown at full speed through a densely packed forest? Probably not. So let me tell you, it's exciting! Exciting like a video game set to the highest speed where one wrong move means you're a bundle of crushed bird bones and feathers. Stay with me, boys. We're going to be hauling butt, I said. I shot between two trees that were so close together, I felt my wingtips brush rough bark. I cranked a right so sudden and sharp, I almost splattered against an oak. And then I flapped hard to gain speed before the two not very bright Hork-Bajir ran over to me. High overhead, Rachel called down with updates. Tobias! 3 dirt bikes on your left! Converging! Tobias! That truck is coming up behind you! They spotted the Hork-Bajir! Tobias! Look out! Guy with a gun! Boom, boom! Shotgun pellets ripped the air around me and stripped the leaves from a branch. My flying muscles were aching, but I was too high on sheer adrenaline to care. It was insane. I was rocketing through the woods, barely missing tree trunks, just skimming above the saplings, blowing through territories belonging to other birds who'd have killed me themselves if I'd slowed down. I was the rabbit, and the 2 deadly Hork-Bajir were the dogs chasing me through the woods. And I'll say this for the Hork-Bajir. They may not be great at following instructions, but they knew how to stay on a target. Zoom through the trees. Zoom, barely rising fast enough to clear a rocky outcropping. Zoom, left. Zoom, right. Zoom, straight up with every single muscle screaming. Choo-choo! I screamed in a combination of fear and total powered-up, red-tailed excitement. Man, I was doing some serious flying. But I was not getting close to my goal, and I was not losing the pursuing dirt bikes and 4x4s. Tobias? Oh man, there's a helicopter coming up from the south, maybe 2 minutes away. We're dead meat if that chopper gets here before we lose these controllers on the ground. There's a stream. Think these monsters swim? They don't look like they do, Rachel said. Hork-Bajir, can you swim? If you can, signal me by quickly slicing down the next sapling you come to. Slash! A sapling was suddenly shorter. All right then, stay with me. That's the end of the chapter. Yeah. Are you okay, Brian? Oh, shit. Okay, you can tell me later. I'm sorry. I'm still recording here, Brian. Oh, God. Love him to death, but yeah, he doesn't understand this shit. Even after a decade, it has to be about him. Can't just go, hey, you're in the middle of something. It has to be, oh, why aren't you paying attention to me? But anyways, that was the chapter. Yeah, we're still in the middle of this gaping Hork-Bajir saga. Wait, was I thought I was holding the sword the entire... Oh, whatever. But yeah, that's the end of this chapter, you know, obviously. And you know, the Animorphs are, not the entire Animorphs, but Tobias and Rachel are sort of figuring out that the Hork-Bajir, you know, aren't exactly the brightest, you know, in the galaxy, and there is a reason for that, but we will cover that whole chaotic backstory in the Hork-Bajir Chronicles. Which is, yeah, you'll just see how awesome that is when we finally get to it. Yeah, so, yeah, the Hork-Bajir not being the smartest is definitely making saving them even harder for Tobias. And Tobias, you have to remember, was like, oh, I'm just going on a nice, lovely date with my girlfriend. And I'll feel a little bit human for a while. And then suddenly it's like, oh, yeah, we gotta rescue these Hork-Bajir. I think that definitely plays into a little bit of his annoyance. It's not just that it's hard keeping them alive, it's that, hey, I wanted to do something completely normal, or at least as normal as a bird person like me can make it. And suddenly it's like, oh, wait, you're going to have to... You're going to have to do some Animorph things first. Oh, I still should have this. It's like, I was going on a date with my girlfriend, suddenly I'm helping to save a species again. And at this point in time, all Tobias really knows about the Hork-Bajir, or any Animorph does, is that, you know, they're these fierce killing machines. And definitely see Rachel being a little more scared than normal, just because, you know, she loves Tobias. And let's see, how much is this? Let's see, 1, 2, 3. Is that she's allowing herself to be a little more vulnerable because, you know, it's Tobias and she loves him, even though they canonically have not admitted to that yet, but yes, there will actually be, you know, a relationship between the two, so that's why I'm saying love, even though, you know, they haven't actually had their first kiss yet. That's why I'm saying she loves him, and so she's being a little more vulnerable. And I mean, it's just her and Tobias, so I think she's just feeling a little more able to be vulnerable in that position. It's like, none of the other Animorphs have to know how I'm scared out of my mind. It's Tobias. And she's a good girlfriend by pointing out, hey, Tobias. Hang on, let me back up there. When Tobias is like, oh, it's, you know, that chess metaphor he uses, Rachel is like, hang on a sec, Tobias, I love you, but you're being a fucking idiot. You know these woods. It's, you know, in other words, yes, we do. It seems hopeless, but we at least have, you know, a few chess pieces up there, up our sleeves. And honestly, really knowing the lay of the land is a big benefit when fighting. You know, anticipating where to go or where another person can go. Extremely, extremely useful. Also, one more thing. See, there was one line that really stuck out to me this time around. Hang on, let me pull that one up. I think it's near the front here. So near the start of the chapter when Tobias goes, I searched my memory. I had to think like a human, not a bird. Hork-Bajir couldn't exactly hide in trees. It's a very simple, line, just, breeze over, but honestly it is impactful because if you notice, Tobias, wasn't saying, oh, god damn it, this is why I need a script at times. Because Tobias had to, okay, let me try to word this in a way that could be comprehended by people. Okay. Tobias, it's a simple line, but it says a lot because Tobias is having to remind himself he is human. It's just, he doesn't automatically think like a human. It wasn't just like, hey, well, though, god damn, I still can't say it, but Tobias didn't just say something like, oh, hey, these Hork-Bajir need a good place to hide, somewhere safe and warm. He had to remind himself he was a human by going, well, I had to think like a human, not a bird. Meaning, thinking like a human just isn't something he does naturally anymore. Yeah, dark. Yeah, that would be good. Actually, something a little different than dark wood, so it sort of stands out from the roof. Not too much. Okay, oak. Is oak good? Yeah, oak's good. Anyways, he has to actively remind himself he's human, which really sort of shows how he's grown for, better or worse, since the first book. He tends to think like a bird. I mean, he's trapped in the body of a bird, but that makes sense. So, that does make sense why he would, suddenly start to incorporate thinking like a bird over to thinking like a human. Because it's like, in his day-to-day life, now he has to worry about things only birds, worry about. Territories, prey, hunting, predators that would just kill him. I mean, a regular old hawk isn't exactly going to care that, not really, I guess, comprehend or care that Tobias isn't actually a hawk. So other hawks are going to be like, oh, but this isn't, a real hawk, so, we don't have to kill him. We don't have to worry about him. They still do. Yeah, just thought that line was really, really telling about his state of mind, even though it was, on the surface, a little bit simple. So, let's see, what should the question for this video be? Let's see. I don't know if this is the best question, but it is a question I can think of, so I think it's a good enough question. What do you think about Tobias thinking more and more like a bird? What are your own personal feelings on the matter? And with that, I'm going to start to get off on reading the links. Before I do that, the links, I will say, remember to like and subscribe. And if you have any questions about the chapter, just comment down below. Maybe there's something I didn't mention and you want to hear my opinions on. And also remember, with this Jash read series for Animorphs, I am hoping to bring more people into the Animorphs fandom, so please, no major spoilers. Oh shit. Okay, wood. Okay, where's the wood? Oh, over there. Dark oak. Let me do that. Nope. Okay, problem covered. So yeah, no major spoilers in the comments section. So I sort of spoiled the Rachel and Tobias being a couple. Anyways, now I will actually start to read off the links, and just as a little warning, some of the links are Amazon associate links, which means I get a little cut of the profit whenever you buy a product via the link, so just want to throw that out there. Let's see. First link is to, of course, to get your very own copy of Animorphs number 13, The Change by K.A. Applegate. And I want to remind you all that, whatever you think of this dramatic reading, it is an adaptation. I am putting my own thoughts, feelings, and lack of talent. So you may read the book and come up with a different feeling about a situation. I'd be like, Jash, why did you read it off like that? Where's Tobias here? Here's the wings. Wow. So yeah, buy your own copy of Animorphs number 13, and I mean, Animorphs is hands down my favorite series of all time. It was awesome as a kid, and there's something about it that makes it really enjoyable as an adult. So. And the next link is to my Twitter account, and yeah, I know it's technically called X, but yeah, no one calls it X. Everyone just continues to call it Twitter because X is a really dumb name. Yeah, if so, contact me over there if, you want to talk all day and night about Animorphs. But just be aware, on Twitter, I don't have the no spoilers rule going, so if you don't want me to spoil something, please tell me ahead of, during your first tweet to me if I'm only at this book or, whatever, this book, or I don't really want to know this situation. So I don't accidentally spoil your fun. I mean, if you're going to be reading the series for the first time, there's some things you really need to, experience without knowing they're going to happen. I do not want to take that joy away from you. The next link is to my Patreon. If you're wondering how you can actually, let me go back. Let me try that again. Anyways, next link is to my Patreon. So if you've been watching me for a little bit and you're wondering how you can support me, Patreon is the way to do so. You get, besides the knowledge of you helping out your favorite YouTuber, Twitch streamer, blogger, whatever, you also get, sneak peeks into any new Redbubble designs, any, cover reveals for my books. And those are the tiers, but if you're just, paying Patreon member, you also will get an exclusive first look at the first chapter of every Kafka's Men book before anyone else. Yay! I have the sales number to prove how ineffective that will be in making anyone subscribe to my Patreon. Oh, Tobias is there. And last but not least is the link to my Kafka's Men series, and thank you, Traveling Trader, for showing interest in my book. Yay, I've got a fan! Okay. It's not as smooth as I'd like it, but okay. Okay, that is going to bother me. Danny! Wait a minute. Just need to change a little bit about this. Ta-da. Okay, that's good now. Okay, I'm satisfied. But anyways, Kafka's Men is my slow-burning reverse harem series. And actually, I just recently put... Oh, shit. I'm just destroying this mansion today. So sorry. So sorry about that. I need to get rid of the llamas soon. They continue to be a nuisance. Anyways. Kafka's Men series is a slow-burning reverse harem series. And I have actually recently put up the 7th book in the series for pre-order. So, you know, now's the time to catch up, understand sort of what's going on, and be prepared for when the 7th book finally hits electronic shelves on September 11th of this year. Working here, did not need that. Sorry. So yeah, and if you're a person who prefers physical copies of a book, which I can understand, Amazon won't let me put up a paperback version of the book for pre-order. However, Amazon is allowing me to schedule the release of a paperback, so basically everything's set up for a paperback edition of Kafka's Men Book 7, aka Black Rainbow, to come out September 11th. So and that's it. Those are all the links, folks. So I'm just going to finish building a little bit more. Then I will end the stream and the video. Let's see how far back. Let's see how many rows were this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Let's see how many is this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay. We'll finish off these 2 rows. And then we will end the stream. Yay! Okay, nearly there. Nearly there. Just a few more seats, a few more seats. Okay, yeah, nice little meeting around here. Those rows are all out of place, so well. Actually, let's take a nice aerial shot. Let's see, line it up just right. Okay, that's good. Did I actually take... I think I took the aerial shot. I'll find out other ways if I didn't. I'm going to do the backward shot like that. I should be a little closer. Okay, yeah, that's good. That's good. Whew. I think next time... Actually, I think that might be all we're doing on the roof. Because honestly, this seems a little cluttered for something sort of hidden away. Got an aviary. You've got a nice little meeting where all 6 Animorphs have their own seat. And yeah. So let's see. Let's dive down. Oh no! Let's see where the actual entrance to this is. So let's start to walk in the forest a little bit. Here we go. Maybe having like a little farm. Or at least a stable for horses, one or the other. Or both. I like making stables in Minecraft for some reason, but anyways. Wait, hang on. Is there a door here? Okay, sorry, I got distracted with this door question. I think next time I might just start on working a door. Because that's probably going to bother me next time too. But anyways, thank you all for watching. Maybe I've made a couple new Animorphs with this video. Who knows? You know, comment down below so, you know, at least I'm somewhat aware. And until next time, whenever that may be, goodbye.